In the beginning, a formless, empty void stretched across the cosmos, smothered in an absolute and unbearable darkness. There was no solid ground, just an infinite stretch of ancient, silent waters. And hovering directly over the surface of that deep was the Spirit of God. Then that total silence shattered with a single powerful spoken command. Let there be light, and light existed. The sudden manifestation of this energy illuminated the void. The Creator observed the brilliance pouring into the space and saw that the light was good. He then executed the first deliberate act of cosmic organization, forcefully dividing the light away from the darkness. He assigned them strict identities, calling the light day and the darkness he called night. With that division, the very first evening and morning concluded. This separation of light and dark introduced the first measurable cycle to the cosmos, replacing the previous void with a predictable order. On the second day, a second command strikes the endless waters, calling for a structural boundary to be drawn through the fluid chaos. Half of these waters are lifted, carving out an expansive fault that separates the liquid deep below from the waters above. This vertical boundary is named sky, creating a permanent partition within the cosmos. By forging an atmosphere of space between the two halves of the deep, the Creator secures the first protected habitat necessary for the world to follow. The third day begins by gathering the lower waters into one place, forcing the liquid aside to expose dry ground. These new territories are defined by their limits. The dry ground is called land, and the gathered waters are called seas. Fixing the boundary at the sea stabilizes the physical world, providing the solid, unmoving foundation required for growth. Immediately following this stabilization, the command is given for the land to produce vegetation. Seed-bearing plants begin to spread across the new ground, filling the empty landscape. Trees erupt from the soil, specifically designed to bear fruit that already contains the seeds for the next generation. This marks a shift in the creation logic. Each plant is built to reproduce according to its kind, housing within itself the instructions for its own perpetual continuation. A colorful burst of organic life brings the third day to a close. The chaotic waters are tamed, and the land is rich with life. By the end of the third day, the world has transitioned from a formless abyss into a stable foundation, ready to receive its inhabitants. For the fourth day, the narrative moves back upward. God turns his focus to the massive, empty vault of the sky created on day 2. He forges 2 massive lights in this expanse. The greater light is given the authority to govern the day, while the lesser light is set to govern the night. Then come the stars. Thousands of brilliant lights ignite across the dark canopy, scattered across the firmament to illuminate the earth below. These celestial bodies serve a vital purpose. They are the tools that enforce the boundary between light and darkness from above, ensuring the cosmic order is maintained. Their wool is also sacred. God places them as permanent signs to mark the passage of days, the turning of years, and the arrival of appointed times. The Creator observes the inherent goodness of this arrangement, a sky that is no longer an empty vault, but a system filled with purpose. Looking up at the night sky reveals that the world is not drifting through an accidental void. It has been transformed into a deliberately illuminated sanctuary, functioning on a profound and divine schedule. Before this moment, the deep waters were heavy with shadow, stretching out in a lightless and silent deep. That silence ended when the Creator spoke, commanding the waters to teem with a new kind of existence. In response, the oceans filled with variety, great sea creatures and every moving thing the water could hold appeared, each according to its own kind. This command for life then turned toward the open air, calling for winged birds to fly above the earth, moving across the vast vault of the sky. The Creator looked at these new lives and gave them a specific direction: to be fruitful, to increase in number, and to fill the seas and the earth. The addition of these moving, breathing things added a new layer of complexity to the world. The fifth day closed with the seas and skies now defined by constant motion. With the oceans and the air fully occupied, the focus shifted to the dry land. A new command went out for the earth itself to produce living creatures. 3 distinct groups of life emerged: livestock for the plains, creatures moving close to the ground, and wild animals of the forest. The Creator surveyed this expansion of life across the terrain and saw that it was good. The stage was set. The earth was now occupied by beasts and livestock, a wild kingdom awaiting a final addition. Instead of calling the land to produce more animals, the Creator moved toward a more personal act: the shaping of mankind. These figures, male and female, occupied a unique place in the order of the world, made specifically in the image and likeness of the Creator. They were given a direct blessing to be fruitful and multiply, with the instruction to fill the earth and subdue it. Along with that blessing came the delegation of authority. This new humanity was given rule over the fish of the sea, the birds in the sky, and every creature on the ground. For food, the Creator provided every seed-bearing plant and fruit-bearing tree to humanity, while the green plants were given to the beasts and birds for their sustenance. Looking back over everything that had been made, the lights, the land, the plants, and the animals, the entire array was declared very good. The 6th day ended with the living world complete, placing every creature, from the birds in the sky to the beasts of the field, under the care of those made in the Creator's image. With that, the momentum of creation reached its conclusion. The heavens and the earth were finished in all their vast detail. By the 7th day, the work of making was over. The Creator ceased all creative activity and rested. This stillness was the final act. It was the introduction of rest into the fabric of the universe. The Creator blessed this 7th day, setting it apart as holy because it marked the completion of the work. The work of building a world reached its resolution in this quiet. This declared holiness is intrinsically tied to the completion of the labor. The focus shifts completely away from commanding physical matter to the sanctification of time itself. The narrative of creation ends here, concluding the majesty of the cosmos with the gift of hallowed, unbroken rest.